Hello everyone, this is the Duke. Sorry, I decided to take a break yesterday and just unwind. Also, I got a new smartphone, and if you guys don't know, I sell phones, so whenever I get a new phone, I'm usually like super stoked about that and don't want to do anything else except play with it. Anyway, so I've decided that I should start casting some pro games. So I went on the interwebs and I found a pro game between two of my personal favorite players. Really, they're kind of like my favorite of each race. As you can clearly see here in the top right, spawning as the pink Zerg, we have Stephano. And in the bottom left, spawning as the blue Terran, it says SlayerS.MMA, but it's actually not, it's MMA. SlayerS.MMA. Both these guys are my favorite players in their respective races, so I'm super excited to be casting this replay. So, yeah, let's talk about these two for a second. Everyone knows who MMA is. He's one of the best Terrans in the world. He's kind of been on a slump recently, but I think it's really only been because of Protoss. Like otherwise, he's pretty invincible in really every other kind of game style. And then there's Stephano. Stephano is just awesome. He's so good. He's so polite. Everything about Stephano rocks. So, anyways, I'm really excited to cast this game, simply just because I want to see what these guys are going to do. So it looks like MMA decided to open up with a bunker on the low ground, and Stephano does catch it with his drone, so he is going to work on denying this. MMA is sending an SCV to help protect this SCV. Now, usually when you see something like this, it usually lends itself to be sort of like a bunker rush kind of play, to reduce the distance. Or a proxy racks that could either be right here or right here on this map in particular. Now, Stephano decided to open with hatch first, so he dropped his hatch at 14 or 15, and there goes his pool. No gas yet, so he's going to be a little bit delayed on speed links. Now, MMA also has done a gasless opening because he's going to drop his command center first. The Terrans recently in Korea have decided to go with a more macro-oriented style, and so as you can see, command center going down first, right after bunker. So Stephano is getting his gas up, so he will be able to start mining gas and eventually get speed links. His link speed will be delayed, simply just because he has started it at just about the 3-minute mark. But that's okay because Stephano really doesn't need he doesn't need speed links to win because he's pretty ridiculous as a player, like ridiculously awesome. We do see that MMA is doing a double refinery opening right now. Usually when you see this, you'll probably see when you see a double refinery opening, it's usually a 1-1-1. Generally is a 1-1-1, and you'll see probably a Banshee. Now Stephano does not know about this, so he's a little bit in the dark in regards to that. And he's got to be very careful not to lose his Overlord here. MMA is... Ooh. Okay, I think he's got into the sweet spot. No, he has to keep microing it. And I wonder how long that's going to go on. And if you notice, one thing about this map is, whenever you see a Zerg, it's important for them to have map vision. He's very carefully spreading out his Overlords, because MMA... with these Marines, he is going to be able to snipe Overlords if Stephano's careless, and Stephano can't afford to lose Overlords this early into the game. So he is placing his Overlords. He puts this one right here to see if a drop comes around, because most likely the drop will go around the side rather than through the middle. That's pretty common. And that's where he's putting this Overlord too. He's also scouting for anything funny, like a proxy barracks or proxy factory or anything like that. But this also does serve to help protect him from drop harass. And that's where his Overlords are going. They're going to the sides of the map just to prevent that. Because as we've all seen MMA play, MMA's playstyle is drop-oriented. He does like to drop. And he doesn't just drop in one place. He usually drops in 2 or 3 places. Usually having to cause like some major task management out of the player that's getting dropped. Usually MMA likes to drop into the natural and in the main at the same time, having to cause him to split his forces, while also sometimes even pushing behind the drop. Now, looks like MMA is going to go for Reactor Hellions as his opening, and Stim is coming out first. And he is going to bunker up right here just so Stephano can't get a run in or anything like that. Stephano is going to be pushing out with these roaches. Sorry about that, guys. Stephano is going to be pushing out these roaches. And MMA is going to try and get in here. However, there is a spine crawler and this queen here, so he isn't going to be able to get in. And there's not really much to defend against this right now. There's only 2 more Hellions and also this bunker with Marines in it. He is pulling SCVs right now, so he might be able to hold this. And it looks like these Hellions were denied. And really nice surround there by Stephano, manages to snipe one of the Hellions. And it looks like Stephano's going to back off from that. He does manage to take out the other Hellion, so he doesn't need to worry about that kind of threat. And there goes the starport. Where is it? Oh, right there. So the starport's going down on the reactor first. So, yeah, it looks like he's going to be doing drops instead of a cloaked banshee opening, which, you know, is more MMA style, the cloaked banshee. The drops. So Stephano isn't going to be able to break this at this point in time. Now there's this other bunker. There's this bunker which has marauders in it, the Hellions, the Marines. So pretty much he's going to hold this at least for now. Meanwhile, Stephano is taking his third. Stephano plays a very macro-oriented style of play. He likes to get many bases, and the typical Stephano build is to max out as quickly as you can, which really can only happen if you have a bunch of bases. So as for Stephano's composition right now, he is going for the +1 armor and +1 attack, and +1 armor actually makes drones have to take an additional shot to kill them, rather than, an additional shot. That's what it is from a Hellion. If he does try and get more Hellions in. He is moving the queen over, so he will be able to very quickly inject. Meanwhile, MMA is holding half of the vision of the map with these Hellions right now. Stephano does have this link here, so he'll see if MMA decides to expand. Wow. Another yawn? Man, it's like not even that late in the day. It's like 1 or something. I don't know. Tech labs are coming. Wow. Combat shield research is about halfway done for MMA, and he's going to be pushing out with these Marines right here up to this very well-defended base of Stephano right here. There are quite a few Lings and quite a few Roaches. However, yeah, he's got a good position here, putting his back up against the wall here. He's going to be able to snipe all those Lings, which are completely essential into taking down those Marauders. He's going to keep putting pressure on this, but I think Stephano is going to hold this. Yeah. Well, I don't know, the medevacs, Stephano is going to hold it, and MMA is going to be forced to do a pickup. He's going to split his drop ships in one home and send one into the main. Which MMA, yeah, he is going to be able to get Lings in here, so that he is going to deny MMA the pleasure of dropping in. So MMA is unable to drop. Viking is out in the field, and Stephano sees this, so he is pulling back his Overlords. It is super annoying to lose Overlords to just this one scouting Viking. So really smart choice. He's got to be super careful so that he doesn't get attacked by this Queen. He's almost within range, so he is going to be able to snipe that Overlord though. So very nice work. Actually, supply blocking Stephano. He is 112 for 110. So as of right now, he isn't going to be able to produce any more units. +2 melee has been started for Stephano, as well as Roach speed. And he does still have these units right here. However, Stephano does have Lings and a couple Roaches right here, so he's going to be able to protect against that. He was just dropping to heal his units. Meanwhile, MMA is scouting just to make sure that there are other bases. He checked this one, which obviously there was, and he checked this one for the hidden 4th base. So, tried to get the drop in. He does lose a Marine, but he is going to drop back into the main where there are actually no units. So he could actually get something done, snipe some drones maybe. Oh, never mind, there comes the Lings. Looks like he was going for the Roach Warren right there to try and take down the Glial Construction upgrade. However, that upgrade does research super fast, so he will not be able to take that. Meanwhile, on MMA side of the map, he's got double factory going. Siege Tech is finished. He is producing Siege Tanks, and he's 1-1 on upgrades as well. He does have +1 infantry attack coming as well, however, Stephano is ahead in it. Stephano is also researching +2 armor, and he's got pathogen glands and 5 infestors on the way. So we are going to see some infestor-oriented play. Oh, that poor Marine. We're going to have to send a Purple Heart home to that Marine's family. Right? Maybe not. I don't know. Because I had a debate with one of my friends about whether all the Marines are Whether all Marines are criminals or whether just some of them are criminals, like Tychus, for example, I don't know. Really not the time or place for that discussion. So Stephano is looks like he is going to be pushing out, scouting for bases if needed. He does have quite a few lings here, more lings than MMA is prepared to deal with. Actually, no, I take that back. He has 3 tanks, so he can easily handle this. And he's got a really nice distribution of his units. He has this wall right here, the tanks right here. So Stephano isn't going, he's going to have a very hard time trying to break this third. Meanwhile, Stephano is taking a 4th and a 5th in both the usual positions as far as like road of the expansion. Burrow is coming down for Stephano, and as well as Spire. And he does have Hive Tech almost finished, so we are probably going to see some Broodlords pretty soon. Now, Stephano is just scouting around with these lings, making sure that there isn't a base here, or maybe that he's, you know, just trying to catch like a flank. Looks like MMA is going to be dropping right here. Really good positioning, because it is going to have to force the lings to move all the way around. And I'm not sure. Oh, you better go soon. Oh, nice fungals there. So the fungals are going to very quickly take down those Marines. Very nice play from Stephano there. Just being in the right place at the right time. So MMA does pick up that last Marine. However, he's also dropping right here. And unfortunately, he isn't going to be able to snipe this one either. So, great pickup. He can move, well, if he tries to move into the main, there's going to be a spine crawler there, spore crawler. Stephano also put a spore crawler up here just to protect against any kind of possible drop play. Meanwhile, MMA is sending the majority of his forces up the right side of the map to this base that he was able to actually inflict a good amount of damage on. And Stephano looks like he's going to try and maybe get a run-in or snipe any stray units. However, these lings run into all these marauders and all these tanks, and he just loses quite a few lings. MMA is trying to drop into the main here. However, Stephano is wise to this. He is following with his Zerglings. Greater Spire is about halfway finished. We do have Corruptors on the map. So as soon as that Greater Spire finishes, MMA is going to be in for a world of hurt as Broodlords are pretty good. Both MMA and Stephano are 2-2 on upgrades. Well, his lings are 2-2 on upgrades, and he is finishing +3 attack. Meanwhile, MMA is going for 3-3 infantry attack right now. So he's going to be able to snipe these couple of stray overlords. Maybe, I don't know. Looks like these 2 rangers. Oh, gets one of them. And Stephano's MMA has a really nice position here. His forces are split so that but with this funneling, these rocks just make it so ridiculous to break in here because this funnel, tanks will just kill them. Looks like MMA did try to attack this hatchery. He was unsuccessful in sniping as there are infestors and lings right here. Meanwhile, the Broodlords are out. There are 5 of them right now, and they are currently chasing after MMA's forces. He is splitting his forces and spinning to get them out. He's got to be super careful that he doesn't lose these very expensive tanks. So, let's see. It doesn't look like MMA is really prepared to produce Vikings. He has 3 starports, 1 with a reactor, so he very quickly can get Vikings. But he'll need to have really good control as this army composition is super scary. It's got infestors to keep the Vikings in place, and it can also drop infested Terrans. It has the Broodlords and Lings and Roaches to make sure that no Marines get crossed. And there's that flying shark just hovering over the battlefield, making sure that nothing funny is going on for either of these players. Looks like MMA did lose 2 tanks to those Lings. But at this point in time, it's hard to say what he should be doing. I think he should be transitioning a little bit away from siege tech, not all out, stopping production of siege tanks, but he needs to be focused more on Viking production at this point in time, which both of these guys have minerals to lose. So it looks like MMA is going to take this base, and he is going to lose this planetary fortress right there. So a little bit of a base trade. However, a drop was going down in this natural of MMA. I'm not sure how much damage he was able to get done. I think he might have been able to kill a few workers. Oh, it looks like he sniped the infestation pit, so there won't be any more infestors for a little bit of time. But regardless, just so much going on right now. And then they was able to take this base and that base too, I guess, and it was so caught Stephano a little bit out of position. See what I mean about those multi-pronged attacks? And it looks like he is going to snipe this hatchery too. So just causing all kinds of problems for Stephano. Meanwhile, Stephano has gone for this ninja expand right here, so he is going, as long as MMA doesn't scout that, that's going to really start paying off for him. Looks like MMA is going for a little bit, another drop into the main. And they are going to be intercepted by links. Unfortunately, all of these Marines are just too hurt, so he's going to lose all of them. Now, it looks like Stephano's going to be pushing out towards this command center right here, which this is not really a good position for this command center to be in, as there are these corruptors, so he is probably going to lose that command center. Meanwhile, Stephano has taken this fourth backup, and he has started production on his the third base again. He did a massive pro transfer to this ninja expand, so that is going to pay off for him immediately, and he's not completely down and out. Meanwhile, this command center is going to burn to death or get just killed by corruptors. Man, just so much going on. I love this game. I can't wait. Oh, by the way, this is from IPL4, and this was a best-of-3 series between these two. Sorry I didn't bring that up earlier, or if I did bring it up earlier, sorry for the redundancy. Wow, so both these players are maxed out at the moment. This is a super tense moment, because now it all comes about deciding, like, just what of what. How many of each, thing should I build? Because if you do know, MMA does have Thors here, and Thors will be really effective against these corruptors, as corruptors just have this tendency to bunch up. When he's got to be super careful here. It looks like he is going to lose that tank, and maybe, that one tank does survive with 2 health. And really smart there, putting a missile turret to sort of aid in the defense. However, these Broodlords do outrange missile turrets, but he's got to be super careful with these Broodlords, as 10 Vikings can very easily kill these Broodlords. Just so much damage done to that one Broodlord. And here's the big engagement here. This planetary fortress is really going to help. It's going to be able to take down a lot of the links, and it looks like Stephano's losing quite a few corruptors. I think the Thors are dead, though, so a little bit even there. However, MMA does manage to salvage most of his Vikings. He is going to give chase, as these Broodlords are super slow, and that's about the right decision to make, as most players have a tendency to rally all of their units, but not take into consideration that Broodlords are super slow units. He's got to be super careful of these infestors. Oh, and he's going to lose the infestors. Very nicely played there. Big engagement, big fungal on those infestors. Truly a painful amount of infestors to lose, and those corruptors are going to be able to kill those infestors. Meanwhile, Stephano, MMA has done a drop into the natural. He was able to disrupt mining and force a transfer, so really nice work there. However, he is going to get surrounded by these lings and these fungals. So Stephano right now is really just down to 2 mining bases. He has this one right here, which is kind of mining, this one which is kind of mining, which MMA is just not going to have any of this. And there's the Stim 4. He should be able to take this down, especially with the, very careful there of the tanks. And there's those corruptors again. And it looks like he is going to be able to take that hatchery down. Oh no, it survives with 1 health. Whoa. Crazy. Wow. Really lucky there for Stephano. And looks like more Broodlords are on the way. And MMA just really isn't prepared for this right now. He's really low on Vikings. He has the 4 Vikings, which 4 Vikings versus 7 Corruptors, that's like not even a battle. The infestors are going to be moving along the ridge. If I were... Looks like he's going to go for Terran behind the mineral line. I think a Fungal or 2 could have been really... like that. Could have been really good. Killed a lot of SCVs. So, looks like Stephano was able to force a liftoff on this 4th base. And MMA, he has taken his 4th in the form of this planetary fortress, and it is very well guarded. He's just unable to take his 5th at this point in time. MMA does see that there is a base here. However, these Marines are so low on health that they're just going to get one-shotted by the drones, mostly because they were just stimmed to death. MMA has split up his forces, and he is going to take down this mining base. Really, like the only real mining base is Stephano right now. And MMA was a very nice scan there. He looks like he's going to go for the Corruptors instead, which at this point in time are kind of the more valuable targets, as Stephano doesn't have Corruptors. Well, I guess those drones could be pretty important too, although, yep, he lost this base, as this base only had a couple of health. So Stephano is going to be pushing out with this very scary Broodlord force, which is now 2-2 actually. while these Vikings have no upgrades whatsoever. So there's those Corruptors, and yeah, those Corruptors are just preventing him from getting close at all. Same with these Infested Terran. And it looks like he is going to be able to hold this Planetaria until the Lings get in. Like, nope, there's the Broodlords. So really nice positioning here on the tank, so that the Broodlords can't get close enough without having to fly into the Thors. And there's something to be learned about this position that he has here. Just crazy engagement. There's all kinds of Vikings. The Thors are in here. He is going to lose. No, never mind. And this is just such a tense throw. It looks like the Planetary Fortress finally does fall, but at a huge cost. Stephano lost so many Lings. He lost quite a few Corruptors too in that engagement, just trying to get close. But those Thors just being extremely cost-effective with their +1 attack upgrade. Looks like MMA did drop right here, and he was able to take out this Hive. He is going for, ooh, wow. He went for one of the Spires and was able to take out 2 Infestors too, so very nice play. These tanks were able to take out this base, so Stephano is actually out of bases at this point in time. He does not have a single one that's really just a viable position for mining, so he is going to have to do long-distance mining, which he is doing in the form of these drones right here. Meanwhile, MMA is actually also out of a base. However, his bases you can actually lift up. So he is going to move a base into this position and into this position. He does have this base right here too, which you can just start mining from. So this super crazy moment from these guys, just being able to, just this crazy base trade play. And Stephano is just losing all of these Broodlords. And so he's down to 1 Broodlord now, and there's the well played. So it looks like MMA is going to take the first game in this series. Oh man, that game was so crazy. I just couldn't keep up with everything going on at one point in time. So I'm sorry, if you, in the comments, please don't say, you missed this and this and this, because there was just so much going on. I don't know. I guess I could be more aware of that. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this game, and I hope you enjoyed my casting. Let me know what you think in the comments, and either like or dislike. And I'll bring you game 2 in just a second. Thanks, guys.